Tonight on UCentral News, there have been multiple shootings across the United States today. Find out more next.
We are under red flag warning, which can affect your afternoon plans, but weather is going to get really good for spring break. For this and more, stay tuned for weather.
The 98th Academy Awards is coming up this Sunday, and one movie arrives with a record of 16 nominations. We'll have more in social media. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is looking to break a record tonight for scoring 20 or more points in 126 consecutive games. Luke Underwood has your sports update. All that and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
At least 2 people were injured after a shooting inside an academic building at Old Dominion University in Virginia this morning. University officials say the shooting happened inside Constant Hall on the school's Norfolk campus. The 2 victims were taken to a local hospital and were listed in critical condition. Authorities say the suspected gunman is also dead. Following the incident, university leaders announced that classes are canceled and the campus will remain closed for the rest of the day.
A man is dead after crashing a vehicle into Temple Israel Synagogue in West Bloomfield, Michigan, and exchanging gunfire with security and police Thursday afternoon. Authorities say the incident started just before 1 p.m. when the suspect drove into the synagogue, causing damage and sparking a fire. After the crash, the suspect opened fire, prompting security and law enforcement to return fire. The suspect, who was also the driver, was found dead at the scene. One security officer sustained injuries from the vehicle but is expected to survive. All worshipers and children inside the synagogue were evacuated safely. Authorities ordered nearby schools and community buildings to shelter in place as a precaution. Investigators remain on scene as they continue to gather information. No additional casualties have been reported, and the synagogue will remain closed while the investigation continues. Well, it was a bit of a blustery day today and kind of chilly too. Phoebe, what are we looking at in the future here?
Hello Broncos, it's Showgirl Phoebe here with your first look at weather. It is 64 degrees and sunny outside, which definitely beats the weather we had the other night when 3 tornadoes touched down. I'm glad that we're all safe. Wind is coming out of the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour and humidity is down to 21%, which means that we are under red flag warning until 8 p.m. So stay away from fields or any high grass because the wind is high, is going to get higher tonight. More on that later, so just be safe. And we're going to see some warm temperatures to lead into spring break, but the temperatures will drop back down by Sunday, so be aware. Tree pollen is up, and with that being said, hit up your local CVS and Walgreens because it is spring break, and I know that I have plans, so if you have plans and allergies, re-up for that. For this and more, join me later for your full weather forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. The U.S. trade deficit fell by 25% in January, but the reasons behind the drop may not be what many people expect. The decline totals about $54.5 billion. A big part of that change came from a 5.5% increase in U.S. exports. Precious metals, especially gold, made up a large share of those exports, with computers and other technology products also helping push the total higher. At the same time, imports into the United States fell, dropping about 0.7% during the month. In January, tariffs put in place by President Donald Trump were still in effect, though those tariffs have since been ruled illegal by a court. The Commerce Department compiled the January data late due to last year's government shutdown.
Oklahoma lawmakers are working on legislation aimed at securing long-term funding for the state's 988 mental health crisis hotline as the 2026 legislative session continues. The session began February 2nd at the state capitol, when members of the Oklahoma House and Senate returned to Oklahoma City to start their lawmaking work. One issue now under discussion is House Bill 4092, which would create a trust fund to help support the state's 988 crisis hotline. The 3-digit number connects people experiencing a mental health emergency with trained counselors who can provide support and other resources. State officials say current federal grants helping fund the service are expected to expire, prompting lawmakers to look at long-term funding options. Under the proposal, the trust fund could receive state money, federal funds, and other sources to help maintain the hotline and related crisis services. The legislative session is scheduled to run through May 29th, giving lawmakers several more weeks to review and vote on bills, including House Bill 4092.
Well, like Phoebe said earlier, spring break is coming up, but what will the weather look like for those students?
Hopefully some spring weather coming up. We'll have more from Phoebe after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field.
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello, Broncos. Welcome back to your not last, but second to last look at weather. So it is 64 degrees and sunny with winds coming out of the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. And humidity is down to 21%. So that means that we are under flag warning, so fires, until 8 p.m. So here is the allergy index, and this will be effective in spring break too. So like I said before, please go to Walgreens, CVS so you can have a good time. Tree pollen is at an all-time high, and we're not gonna have to worry about grass so much, but because of the rain, mold and weed is kind of up there, ragweed to be specific. So please be careful. Current conditions throughout the state, we are having a pretty mild day with Guyman being the highest one at 70 degrees, but throughout the state, high 60s, low 60s, we're having a really good day. And we have clear skies, so we love to see it because it's gonna go into tonight. Tonight is gonna be a clear night. If you have plans like I do, maybe bring a jacket or a cute little sweater like I have one right now, but make sure that your hair is maybe under a cap because wind is going to get up to 15 miles per hour, once again coming out of the south-southwest. And humidity is gonna be at 23%, which is still going to lead into that fire warning, so please be safe tonight. And we have a 33% chance of rain. That's not gonna affect your plans as much because it is gonna affect the north, not really the central or the south, so we should be fine. And throughout the state, a pretty chilly night throughout, Clinton being at 37, but low 40s, kind of mid 40s, so make sure to bring a jacket. Tomorrow, we're gonna have a really good day. 66 when you have your morning commute, and most of us are gonna be home, so amen. And then into the noon, it's going to be 74, and then going into the night, it is going to be 53. Clear all day. And then throughout the state tomorrow, a pretty mild day, 70s, and then when you get down to the south, it's going to be a little bit warmer, but we really don't have anything to worry about. It's gonna be a really nice and clear day. And then looking at your full weather forecast, we have a really good, we're gonna have a really good go into spring break. We're gonna have really sunny skies on Friday and Saturday, but then Sunday, we have a 20% chance of rain. It's gonna be very windy, and then it's gonna affect our weather into actual spring break. So just take with that information what you will. If you have plans at night, just bring a jacket. Now, Abby, Phil, I know I'm gonna be in the house with a book. What do you guys have planned for spring break?
Well, I'm actually planning a trip with my roommates to Texas, so I'm not going to have to worry about Oklahoma weather, but...
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky break considering that 23 degrees on Sunday night. Yikes. I'll just be big chilling at home probably with the family, not much planned, just going to take it easy.
Thanks,
Phoebe. Well, coming up, a look into the 2026 Oscars.
And the organizers for the Oscars are having to increase security. I have all the details after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Welcome back. I've got your social media update. Well, the Academy votes are in and the other award shows are over, and it's time for the Oscars. David Daniel has our preview of who's likely to win Sunday at the 98th Academy Awards.
This world already left you for dead. I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
Sinners arrives at the Oscars with a record 16 nominations, but that doesn't mean the film will leave with the most trophies.
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home, and I cannot remember for the life of my only child the answer to your question.
One Battle After Another has 13 nominations and a slew of previous awards, including wins at the Producers Guild, the Directors Guild, and the Writers Guild. The awards analysis website GoldDerby.com has it as a heavy favorite to win Best Picture, as well as directing and adapted screenplay wins for Paul Thomas Anderson and a supporting actor trophy for Sean Penn.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Maybe it should.
Marty Supreme star Timothy Chalamet won a Golden Globe and other honors and long seemed a lock for Best Actor, but then...
We've been gone a long time. We back now.
Sinners star Michael B. Jordan won SAG's The Actor Award, and with actors the Academy's largest voting bloc, he's now favored to win the Oscar. The film is also likely to win Best Original Screenplay.
I hate to say it, but his parents have been feeling unwell as of late, and I'm staying with them to help take care of Alex.
Amy Madigan's much-talked-about turn in Weapons brought the actress her first Oscar nomination in 40 years. And after winning the Actor Award for Best Supporting Actress, she's looking likely to win her first Academy Award.
The women in my family see things.
What do you see?
If there's an overwhelming favorite this year, it's Jessie Buckley. The Hamnet star won the Actor Award, the Golden Globe, a BAFTA prize, and more, and she's expected to take the Best Actress Oscar as well. We'll see what happens when Conan O'Brien hosts the 98th Academy Awards on Sunday night. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
With the Oscars just days away, a recent FBI memo warning of a potential threat to California by Iran is causing organizers to increase security at the award show. The LAPD incident commander in charge of the Oscars says there's no specific or credible threat to the city or the big show. He said they will be prepared for anything with the LAPD working around the clock with local, state, and federal agencies. The incident commander says the Academy Awards will probably be one of the safest places to be in the world. The memo was distributed to local law enforcement by the FBI's Los Angeles office. It stems from unverified information that surfaced before the U.S. and Israel launched airstrikes against Iran. That's all I have for you right now. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks, Abby. Well, what record could be broken tonight at the Paycom Center? Luke Underwood will have all of your sports stories after the break.
Sometimes it makes everything funny. Sometimes it's nothing to laugh about. Weed. It's funny like that. And unlike alcohol, with marijuana, there's no legal limit. So even if you don't feel high, you could get a DUI. No matter how much weed you've had, don't get behind the wheel, because driving impaired is illegal, and that's no joke.
Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's a great day to cheer on the Broncos.
Welcome back to the Pain Train.
Okay, Sean, here's your final question. A train hitting your car is the same as your car hitting a boulder, a brick wall, or a soda pop can.
A brick wall?
At a whopping 20 million pounds, a train will crush your car like a pop can.
Beating a train? It's a game you can't win.
Hello, Bronco Nation. I am Luke Underwood, and let's get straight in your Thursday sports stories. The University of Central Oklahoma nationally ranked wrestling team is in action this weekend at the NCAA Division II Wrestling Championships. The championships will feature 8 UCO wrestlers, including Hunter Jump and Gabe Johnson, who are both ranked #1 in their weight divisions. UCO will be looking for its 18th national championship, with the wrestling championships to be held in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Friday and Saturday. Over to the Diamond, the UCO softball team will be hosting a series tomorrow. The Broncos will be hosting Texas A&M International with 2 games during tomorrow afternoon. The A&M Dust Devils are 6-19 on the season, with their team on a 4-game losing streak. As well, Central Oklahoma freshman pitcher Madison Hamilton has been named Pitcher of the Week. Catch the Broncos versus Dust Devils tomorrow at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. live from Gary Pinkston Stadium. Speaking of Edmond, the UCO baseball team will also be hosting a series this weekend. The 11-9 Chos will be battling the 14-5 Emporia State Hornets in a 3-game MIAA series. However, the Hornets are currently on a 2-game losing streak. The games will be at 4 p.m. on Friday, 2 p.m. on Saturday, and 12 p.m. on Sunday. Catch the first game of the Broncos versus Hornets tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Wendell Simmons Field. The University of Central Oklahoma spring football game has officially been announced. The game is set for Saturday, April 18th against the Southern Nazarene University Crimson Storm. The Broncos are holding practices in preparation for the game, with 85 players currently in the program, 49 of which were on the roster for the 2025 fiscal season. That game will be held at Chad Richardson Stadium, with kickoff set for 6 p.m. Over to the NBA, because the Oklahoma City Thunder are back in Loud City tonight. The 51-15 Thunder will be battling the Boston Celtics in a surefire barn burner tonight. The Celtics now have their superstar Jason Tatum back from his Achilles injury he suffered last season. However, the top story from tonight's game will not be about either team as a whole. Instead, all the headlines will be about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as he can make NBA history tonight. If Shai puts up another 20-plus point game, then he will officially beat Wilt Chamberlain's record of most consecutive 20-plus point games in 126 games. Shai will attempt game number 127 tonight. Catch the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Celtics tonight at 8:30 p.m. live from Loud City. I know I'm very excited for tonight's Thunder game, and I hope to get to see Shai beat the record in person. Phil, Abby, do y'all think the record's being broken tonight?
I for sure think it's going to get broken. I mean, he's already at 126. What's one more? I think he can get it done.
I think it should be pretty easy for him. I agree. Yeah, he's been automatic lately. He was incredible in great form against the Nuggets the other night, including that little step back three he had at the end. He'll clear 20 easily, if not 25 or 30 tonight for sure. Thanks, Luke. Coming up, the Student Programming Board held a slime making event at the Blue Tent on campus.
And Phoebe Hilliard has our last look at weather. Stay with us.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
The University of Central Oklahoma Student Programming Board, by students for free, is making midterms fun. UCentral reporter me has more.
On March 12th from 12 to 2 p.m., members of the SPB met under the Blue Tent at Bronco Lake to invite students in making various slimes. Using glue and slime activator for the base, and providing scented oils, beads, glitter, and food coloring for complete customization. SPB Marketing Director Jillian Musselman says that the, quote, By Students for Free initiative has weekly events for students free of cost to boost student engagement on campus. She says that, quote, This event was made to help students relieve stress and to have fun during midterms. She says the mission of the SPB is to get students out there to meet new people and involved in campus life. In the week following spring break, the UCO Student Programming Board is going to be participating in the biggest event of the year, I Heart Central Week, where they will be inviting students to build a Bronco and get a free t-shirt.
Taco Bell is getting into skincare. The company says it'll offer Mountain Dew Baja Blast under eye patches this year. The chain says they contain caffeine and citrus to provide cooling hydration. Other ingredients and a release date are still unknown. I'm definitely going to have to try these out.
Yeah, I need information about that release date immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of cooling hydration, we're going to toss it to Phoebe for that last look at weather.
Hello guys, welcome back to your last look at weather. 7 a.m. tomorrow is going to be very warm, so you're not going to need any sleeves. It's going to be 66 degrees, and then moving into the noon is going to be 74 degrees, but still very sunny. And then moving into your nighttime is going to be a little bit chilly, so make sure you grab a jacket if you have pre-spring break plans perhaps. Hey, maybe do a little skincare and go out and get a Baja Blast face mask. It might get you right, don't you worry. So tomorrow throughout the state, it is going to be very mild, very cutesy, very demure. It is going to be 70 throughout the state. As you get lower into the south, it is going to be a little bit warmer, but as you get into where we are, it's going to be a great day to be a Bronco. And then, perfect. I love this weather. Friday and Saturday, it is going to be really, really nice. You might even be able to get into the pool on Saturday, but as we move into Sunday, it's going to be a little gloomy, a little Seattle coated, a little rainy. So make sure you bring a jacket to church, or if you have brunch plans with your friends, just bundle up and have your hair tied up in a bun like mine is today. Thank you. And then as you move into Monday through Thursday and maybe even Friday, it's going to be very cloudy, very movie coded. So you might be able to have a film worthy spring break, but maybe not a hot girl summer like we were hoping and planning for. But it's okay because we're not going to be able to be in school. So you might be able to get some really much needed sleep. And then as you look into the nighttime, it is going to be a little chilly. So make sure if you do have plans and if you're in Oklahoma, make sure to bring a jacket. So I know you guys hate to see me go, but I will see you guys after next week. Roll chose, and I will see you guys later. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Phoebe. Amazing. A Utah crossing guard has turned 90 years old. Maya Constantino has more.
Bye. Have a good day.
We all know someone who's helped us safely cross the road.
Good morning, you guys. Hello, Princess.
For students at West Kearns Elementary, that someone is Ray Weber.
Good morning, Ava.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Have a good day at school today.
He's been helping parents and their kids cross the street safely for 24 years. Students like 9-year-old Ava Burt say they can always count on Ray.
Because he helps people and he also is really nice and funny.
Like, really funny.
Sometimes when I'm walking to school, he tells me that, like, some jokes and stuff. Yeah.
Are they good jokes or bad dad jokes?
Dad jokes.
Yeah.
When he retired from his job at a printing company, he said he wanted to do something that kept him physically active. So he picked up a stop sign and a fluorescent yellow-green jacket. He says it's the students he helps each morning that keeps him coming back.
They'll come over here with a handful of rocks and share those rocks with us. The kids are fun. The interaction with the kids, that's a big part of it.
And on Tuesday was Ray's birthday. He turned 90.
When I'm just thinking of me and my personality and how I appear to other people or want to appear to other people, I'm 40 years old.
And he says he doesn't feel his age.
That's the way I still look at myself. Till I look in the mirror, of course, then I see something different.
So you're probably wondering, what's Ray's secret to living a long life?
Stay young, be happy, laugh a lot, have a good time.
It's good stuff.
What a cute story.
Love
now, you
it.
said that you're spending time with your kids.
Just hanging out, not going to Texas, not
doing
running
much.
off on a vacation.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, like I said, I'm going to go to Texas with my roommates. We're actually going to go to her hometown of Borger, Texas.
Borger, not border.
Yeah, Borger with a G. Very, very small town, she said. There's nothing except a bowling alley. So we will spend a lot of time at
Probably a really good bowling alley.
But you know, it's going to be great. The weather will probably be a little bit hotter than here, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it's going to be great.
No 23-degree lows on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phoebe. That's what they used to do in the old days. They used to yell at the weather person for bad weather.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately,
Anyways.
that's all the time we have for today. I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Keep an eye out for those Baja Blast eye patches. I know I will. Have a good spring break, Broncos.